it may just be that Jaap Stam was happy, albeit fleetingly, about that fact last Sunday. Peter Schmeichel might just have had a little more to say about the own goal than his successor. Mark Bosnich is a different character, but very much his own man, and certainly with the talent to grow into the big Dane's boots. Ahead of him tonight, the United team shows the return of Ryan Giggs and his replacement of the man whose goal won the European Champions Cup, Ole Gunnar Solskjær, is the one change from the team held by Everton 4 days ago. Sheffield Wednesday include 2 of their 4 summer signings, Gilles de Bilder, a Belgian who came from PSV Eindhoven, and Gerard Sibon, a Dutchman from Ajax. A third new boy, though, Simon Donnelly, loses his place in a rejigging of the side with the captain Peter Atherton available after suspension. Wing from Mike Reed of Birmingham, the referee for the opening Premiership fixture at Old Trafford. In case you don't know it, United are in red with white shorts. Here's Philip Neville. Anderson was looking for the return, bit of pushing shove. Free kick goes heading Berg's way. A man still managing his life. Beckham. Anderson. Challenge from behind, and the book will come out immediately. And Paul Scholes is shown the yellow card. He smiles, but the referees have no option. If there's a tackle made from behind, they are instructed to book the player in question. Got to the ball maybe with the touch. That is not the point. So he made contact with the player as well. Hinchcliffe takes it, they get a man over, but he doesn't take advantage of it. Emerson Tome with me tonight, Trevor Brooking.
Well, that was just a hanging ball in there. Got quite some tall players now. Seemed to have a bit of space at one time, just got underneath it, Tome.
Free kick, and a word was said, and Beckham is shown the yellow card.
No, I don't think it was Beckham. I think the ball was kicked away by a Sheffield Wednesday player, and that's the yellow card. In fact, it's going to go to Sona, number 7.
And my humble apologies to Mr. Beckham. Here he is. Oh! Brilliantly done, and what a good ball too. Giggs managing to get round the back, but unable to control it. Really good piece of play, getting up from the prone position. And this was a very interesting ball. It didn't quite have the distance for Giggs, having got there, to use it. Two Predators forward, Scholes joins them.
Doubling up there by Alexanderson. I think he's going to need to protect John Newsom a bit, playing in the right back position, but more often as a centre-back.
Scholes! Instant shot brings early delight for Paul Scholes and for the very great majority at Old Trafford. It's been coming for some time. Smile not unfamiliar either. Giggs played it in. And Scholes, an attempted block by Alexanderson, but it flew in.
Well, this is it. John Newsom giving Giggs too much space. Cross in, it was a superb strike on the swivel. And Scholes, such a prolific scorer, coming in late in those situations.
Scored 11 last season, 6 of them in the Premiership. His first goes past Pavel Srnicek this season. Toe. Stam's challenge. And that will also be a booking. Player's not happy about it. But it's in the letter of the law, Trevor.
But it is, he came with his right leg to the side, but then he followed through with his left, and that's when he took the legs, and that's why he's claiming, I made contact with the ball with the front foot, but in fact he did bring then the back leg through, and that's why he's got the yellow card.
Slightly different from Scholes, but the principle the same. Ball may have been won, but the player was knocked as well. Beckham. Sonnet. Alexanderson is offside. Well, he'll certainly remember the quality of his 49th goal for Manchester United, Paul Scholes. Atherton. That's the furthest forward he's been. Hinchcliffe. Rudy trying to get in behind Neville. Sibon has to quicken the long legs and also quicken the mind. Hinchcliffe. Alexanderson making the aggregate run. Not able to do anything with the ball though. Oh, he's giving it back and not given offside. And not taking the chance from what at the end was not a particularly favourable angle.
Good chance for Alexanderson. Look, ball is knocked back actually by Scholes. Stam puts his hand up, he's offside, and it's his own players giving it to him, and a little through the legs there and going for the top corner, just overhit it.
Now sit down between Messrs Yorke and Co. Rudy doing a pretty good job to help out Hinchcliffe down that right side, which has not been as productive except for the crossfield balls as has the left so far for United. Yorke, Scholes. Giggs centrally placed Owen just outside the box. And there is Giggs, but it was taken away by Newsom.
That was where John Newsom is effective, those balls in the air, where he showed his defensive qualities when he used to be a central defender, finding it hard when pulled out wide this evening though as a right back, but good cross by Philip Neville.
Interesting, because Peter Atherton used to be a right back. It's well done by Sibon. It's his best moment of the match to date. That's a good try and a good parry. Henningberg, who was denied. And Pavel Srnicek always a reputation of a good shot stopper. He got down well then. Newsom guided the deflection away. Danger not over yet though. Henningberg that time failed to make any real contact.
I think Danny Wilson a bit worried though, the crosses that are coming in there. I haven't seen too many of the Sheffield Wednesday players attacking the ball and getting there first. It just seems to be a red shirt that's getting the first contact.
I think that's possibly true in most areas of the field though. Here's Beckham. 3 up again, threatening. Against a pretty flat back 3 at that stage. Another corner. And it's 1 man in the 6-yard area. 5 outside it. Andy Cole who got the header, and Berg once more, this time with foot, but with no control. Giggs. Scholes. Good vision. I think that ball was intended for Yorke. Having attempted to fall by suggesting he was going to shoot, didn't quite get it right, but he got it back. Beckham, and here's Keane. Somehow blocked. Cole was the nearest at the end. Every attack was threatening for Manchester United. This kick in the middle, and Cernicek a little fortunate. Cole the unlucky man. Stam. Only Bosnich is in his own half. Third of the match gone. And the Sheffield winners looking very good. I don't think anybody would have doubted that their industry would be the same. But they're giving a fine example that they intend to continue working hard to gain more. It's been very easy for them this first half an hour of the season at Old Trafford. Out by Newsom. They've still run and run and run. Beckham. Berg! Oh! And Cole and Berg again. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, how did Sheffield Wednesday survive? Beckham's cross. Bit of improvisation, came back off the post, and then Berg, who might have had a few by now, but doesn't have any. Giggs with so much room to find a decent cross. And that's the result. The scorer goes to thank the provider. And it was on from the moment this space arrived.
Well, Ryan Giggs is getting so much space there. I said, you know, you should really have a recognised right back. You can't give that sort of room. Look, he's had time to set up, have a look. He just picks out Dwight Yorke, and then you think to yourself, well, there's 4 defenders in there. Surely somebody's got to be close to him.
Just listen to the applause. Paul Scholes, the scorer of the first goal in the 9th minute, and Dwight Yorke, the second in the 37th. And the first half of the first match of the season at Old Trafford has been nothing less than a celebration of the deeds of last season. They lead 2-0, they're in total control, and Sheffield Wednesday will be much relieved that the score is only 2 against them. Now the man with the goal-a-game record will not play in the second half. Dwight Yorke is off, and Teddy Sheringham came on as a substitute to cause such damage both at Wembley and in Barcelona, is his replacement. No change in the Sheffield Wednesday side, but a change of form very much required. Builder. Sonner. Found that a builder made. He started on the left touchline. before he does make a change. So presumably he can't be very happy with life, Danny Wilson. Won by Alexanderson. Manchester United haven't quite got back to the job in hand as yet. They might now. This is Cole, but he's offside.
Claws in there, Andy. I'm not sure he was when the ball was played. No, he wasn't, was he? And Des Walker was playing him on in the middle of the picture there. His first touch had let him down, to be fair, and he wasn't going to get a clear shot in, but he definitely wasn't offside.
It's Benito Carboni. All the Sheffield Wednesday substitutes getting ready. Walker. There's a better start by them, but United are just sitting back. Sibon. Sonner. It's across the field, or even slightly behind across the field. Gilles de Wilde. It's more promising. And de Wilde and Rudy. I think there was a use of a hand there.
Yeah, that was the decision. Superb cross by Alexanderson, and there's plenty of space. Was it the knee, was it the hand? But I mean, he didn't score anyway. It was sloppy control because he had so much time and space. And once it had cleared the two in the middle of the picture, and then really trying to pick his spot, all wrong.
It's really only their second chance in the match, and even better than the one that Alexanderson had in the first half. Beckham. He had to recover well, and that's the corner. The deflection nearly caught out the goalkeeper. Did very well, Pavel Stanisic, to come back across. But he couldn't stop his motion, taking the ball with him out of play. Cole waits, so did Sheringham. And they can wait again. Newsom who won it. So much a better player in the centre of the defence. And Sheringham, and it's gone in off Cole. Well, I'll have a debate about that, but for me, Andy Cole got the final touch. It was a slightly messy goal. He looked almost a touch embarrassed about it. Three attacked the play, and Cole, who was just onside, got the touch, certainly.
Yeah, you were trying to control it and swivel and hit the shot. Hit his studs, it's definitely his goal. But you've got to also see Tome. He's out of the picture on the right-hand part of the goal, and he's the one who helps play Andy Cole onside, so he's not offside as they're appealing.
That's a very good ball by Rudy, and here's Carboni. Well, the best pass that Sheffield Wednesday have found in the match. Absolutely bisects the three defenders. Appeal for offside, which he certainly wasn't, but this time too much height.
Well, it's one of those you're thinking about, what should I do? Slide it past him, go round him, or lift it over him? But actually, Bosnich stood up quite well, so he had to lift it pretty high. Never had time to come down.
The pace of Cole. Scholes. Finished out with the hurdling of the boards. Scholes thought it was a corner. One or two thought that was going to be a foul. Oh, just stole up on the blind side.
Stronger, but the builder not giving up, getting the ball. And Stam gets the better of him. Two in the middle. Goal! Well, what a wonderful contest across two-thirds of the pitch. So strong he was, but the builder, to his credit, would not give up.
Well, it was fantastic. It's almost brought the house down. Fantastic roar as he got to this stage. It was a good cross with his left foot. Andy Cole just not quite able to direct it towards goal. It was a good chance, but certainly it's raised the noise level, and Jaap Stam's not going to settle for 3-0 anyway.
Briscoe. Carbone. Respect, Trevor, this even more resembles a practice match now. United have taken two key elements out of their side. More or less seem to be saying to Sheffield, see if you can do better against this, and they are. But there's no way that Alex side is being seriously affected.
I mean, just seeing Carbone for 10 minutes, even though he would be free with the Bosman's ruling at the end of the season, I think I've got to hope they hold on to him, because otherwise without him you do fear for them.
No flag, and here is little man. And that's a pretty disappointing cross.
Big build up I gave him there, didn't he? Thanks, Benito, for that.
Maybe, but it's entertaining, and here he is again, and again the flag stays down, and again Carbone doesn't take advantage, and Bosnich looks at the assistant referee in disbelief.
That's a good decision. It's this side, it's Terry Sheringham, I think, it was back there, and he just played him on, and certainly if they weren't interfering with play just by the touchline. Carbone, the way he turned, definitely thought he was offside. Nonchalantly tried to lob it over Bosnich too heavily, and then looked across to find that the assistant referee didn't have his flag up.
Briscoe got the control of Carbone. Look for Cole. Scholes, that's a nice little ball to Solskjær. Both posts and the crossbar in between. We've seen him score from that sort of angle before. That was a triple ricochet. Well, he certainly rattled the cage with a vengeance.
Well, I think he comes inside. I think he's going to shape to square it. Tone doesn't read the dummy, hits the far post after coming off the crossbar, and then ricochets off Nicky Butt. I think it was coming in trying to put the ball in the net.
Well, at least he's got something to hang on to in the second half, Danny Wilson, but he will not need telling by anybody that it's been a very different match.
He'll be very relieved. I mean, that scoreline could have been so far worse than it is, and then of course psychologically the damage is far greater. He'll try and rescue something from the second half, but deep down he knows there's a huge gulf today.
He would also have known, presumably, that this was a match his team was unlucky to win. And Sheringham! And Solskjær gets on the score sheet with the fourth. Little puff of the cheeks by the young Norwegian. Again, a player played onside by a wide player. Sheringham this time hitting the crossbar, and Solskjær hardly cleanly, but getting the ball in.
It's Tome on the left who was on the floor and is then playing everyone on. Sheringham lifts it over Cernacek, but also onto the crossbar. He doesn't hit it clean, Solskjær, but after saying he knows this is a game he should have got on the score sheet, he has done. And 4-0, and Danny Wilson, who we saw a couple of minutes before, won't look as happy with just 3-0 because it's 4.
Carboni. Watching figure for much of the match, and in truth a peripheral figure since he came on, but he came on in a match that had already been decided. Did he come on at the start of the second half? Would it have been any different? I have to say I doubt it. Just 1 minute of stoppage time remaining for Bosnich to start his full career as the Old Trafford #1 goalkeeper by keeping a clean sheet. Made to look so easy, but here's Carboni, fences one. He scored a few points tonight in a different game. Does it every time, even in the match when they're winning 4-0. Got to get it right, Mr. Reid. And I think he's fairly happy with both the official and with his team's performance, and he can go and enjoy tomorrow evening's drinks party to celebrate his new book. Handshake with Danny Wilson, who must know that his team were utterly outplayed, with Solskjær getting #4 after Andy Cole had scored #3, adding to first half goals by Scholes and Dwight Yorke. Comprehensive victory, and really Manchester United couldn't have asked for a more comfortable start to the home campaign in defence of their championship. Alec, you obviously can't go on with the celebration of what happened last season, but the opening match was a bit like the celebration, wasn't it?
Well, I think for the fans, they want something special, and some of the football at times was very special. And against Sheffield Wednesday, we worked very, very hard at closing the ball down, and I think we had to perform well tonight.
I think when you get United in that mood, I mean, there's such a threat when they get in that last third. The movement's excellent, and they're terrific players. With all due respect to them, and to our lads, it was tough for us today. But saying that, you know, we had a couple of chances. Even at 3-0 down, we could have pulled it back to 3-2, maybe 3-3. With the chances we've had, and if you get a chance against Manchester United like that, you've got to take them.
Tonight was really a celebration for what happened last season, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know, it's nice to come back, and you know, you get that buzz again, and the feeling for the supporters and everybody, and it's back to business again. What has happened has been a memorable one, something that we all gonna remember for the rest of our life. But it's back to business again, and start a clean sheet, and hopefully try and retain some trophies this season again.
I mean, all we can hope for really, is obviously try and come here and play as possibly as hard as we can. And if we come away with a draw or whatever, it'll be a massive bonus for us. But obviously we haven't done that. But yeah, I'm not disappointed. 2 games into the season, that's all. We've got a long way to go. A lot of football still to be played. And again on Saturday we've got a very tough derby game now against Bradford, which is what we're looking forward to as well.
The scoreline suggests it was an easy result for us, but I think we've had to work for it, and I think we've had to produce good football to get our goals.
Final thought, do you expect by the time you play Leeds you would have had the bonus of a 28-year-old's decision in your favour come Friday? Mr. Keane?
Well, I hope so. well, you had the crowd tonight, and we all want him to stay. I mean, the club are trying hard. Believe me, they've made him a good offer, and hopefully Roy gives the right decision.
What do you expect?
I think he's undecided at the moment. I really do.